Good afternoon. It's 6 minutes past 12 o'clock and 70 degrees in Wilmington. This is WHQR 91.3 FM. I'm Bob Workman, sitting in for Jamila Erickson. Support for programming comes from WHQR members in River Road Animal Hospital in Southport, striving to provide progressive health care to dogs, cats, and exotic animals in a pet-friendly atmosphere. More information available at rrvet.com and 454-8910. It's a pleasure to welcome to WHQR's studios Avery Lennon and Sophia Retchin, as well as their teacher, Deborah Cavenaugh. These young ladies are artists, and it's welcome. I'd like to say, first of all, how are you?
Good. Great.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you for having us here.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it so much.
You two, both of you, you've known each other for a long time. How long?
Since first grade.
First grade. And what grade are you in now?
We are in fifth grade.
Both 11 years old. Avery, you are at Bradley Creek Elementary School,
yes,
correct? And Sophia, you're at Wilmington Academy of Arts and Sciences.
Yes.
It's all very impressive. Well-educated young ladies, or on your way to becoming well-educated young ladies. How did you become interested in art? I'm going to start with you, Avery.
Well, I always liked to draw, and then my mom signed me up for one of Deborah's camps, and I liked it, and I started taking lessons, and I just started to like it a whole lot more.
What did you like to do initially? Was it drawing, or did you go right to the paints?
I like to paint a lot, but drawing is really fun for me too.
And your favorite subjects at this point?
Like in school or...
Actually, what do you like to draw or paint?
I like to paint flowers.
That's your favorite thing these days, huh?
Yes, sir.
Do you get assignments from Ms. Cavenaugh?
No, not exactly.
Suggestions, more like, maybe.
Yeah.
And what about you, Sophia? Sophia Lennon.
Sophia Retchin.
Retchin, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm renaming the entire group. Sophia Retchin.
Well, I've always loved to do all sorts of painting and crafts and stuff, and I love to just doodle over everything, like napkins, whenever I'm just sitting down.
So ideas just come to you?
Yes.
Yeah. And when did you start? What was your first experience of drawing or painting?
Probably the same as Avery. We both started the same art summer camp with Deborah Cavenaugh.
Oh, okay, simultaneously. Yeah. And you work primarily in what medium?
Watercolor.
Watercolor. Any? Is this like a standard beginning stage for them, Deborah?
Well, they are both sort of out of the box in terms of what they can do at their age. So they're not really standard in any way. They're both really sort of young art geniuses. They have great control of their hands and their ideas, and they are also the next stage up, which is they bring their feelings out through their art as well. Typically, I start everyone with drawing and painting, because if you can draw and paint, then you can draw and paint anything. Once you can draw and paint a few things, it's easy to expand upon that. But with these guys, we do a lot of more. We do some just standard drawing and painting, but we also do some more long conceptual projects where we think through long ideas about how we feel about nature or flowers, and we try to bring that into our work. We do that all the way down to, they both did these incredible, ginormous portraits of their pets. So we do all kinds of things. I let them decide what interests them, because that's when their passion will become kicked in. So I don't have to push them. They pull me along behind them.
How much discipline is involved for either of you? I mean, do you actually sit down and work on things for hours at a time, or?
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Let's start with you, Sophia. How long will you spend at your pad of paper or at an easel on something?
Probably straight around an hour or two.
Mm-hmm. We had a work session Saturday, and they both painted for 3.5 hours straight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did it fly by, Avery?
No.
It was work. Tell me about your pet portraits. I understand each of you has a dog, and that they show up in your show that's going to be at Miss Cavenaugh's studios, or her gallery, rather.
Yes.
Avery, your dog?
My dog's Cody, and he's a King Charles Cavalier. And we both had our dogs sitting in a bunch of flowers, like they were in a garden.
Thank you. I was going to ask you, what was the setting of where were these dogs at? They were both in nature, so to speak. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Which our show is Flora, Fauna, and the Sea. That's the name of our show.
And these two young ladies will be the only two students of yours in the show?
Yes, that's right. This is an exclusive show for them, and we'll have around about 30 works on display.
That's remarkable.
Including self-portraits all the way up to, landscapes and flowerscapes and pieces that are more fundamentally loose or modern in their field.
Is it fair to ask a question stylistically where these students are at in terms of what they do?
One of the things that I just profoundly love about these girls is neither one are a copy of me. They've both established their own palettes. They have their own desires when they work, and that just makes it exciting to me to watch their work unfold. They're not copying something I've done. I mean, normally I'll help them get started, and then I back out, and they go forward. So they're really on their way, to know what they like to paint about, they both know clearly what their color palette is. They both can pretty much draw anything you want them to draw. And then once it's drawn, they can always paint it. They're just phenomenal.
That is remarkable.
Yeah, they're remarkable.
What's the next stage for you two? I mean, what will you do beyond the show that's coming up?
Well, we are moving to a next stage. I've ordered for them new, extremely large sketchbooks that can handle painting as well. We're working on the human face and portraiture and a sense of pop art in that as well, because they are young and they love strong, bright colors. And then we have 2 hours a week. 1 hour will be devoted to that. Then in the second hour, I want to spend time with them, being completely open to my particular artistic process, so that as they move forward, they understand how to find their themes, how to find something to paint, how to come up with their ideas. So as opposed to, I'm going to step closer in, as opposed to being, I'm leading and you're here. We'll work together, and that way they will be able to push forward on their own more.
When will this exhibition open? It's
going to open tomorrow night from 6 to 8 p.m. There'll be a wine and cheese opening, and of course the artists will be there. And through the weekend, it will be open Saturday from 10 to 3 and Sunday from noon to 4 at my gallery at 4113E Oleander. That's in Anderson Square Shopping Center.
Fantastic. And may I give a phone number?
Yes.
For information?
Yes, 910-297-5383.
Well, thank you so much, Deborah Cavenaugh, artist, teacher, and gallery owner, and your wonderful students, Sophia Retchin and Avery Lennon. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
You're listening to WHQR 91.3 FM. Music by Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov, Skazka, Fairy Tales.